We are given a circle, and first things first, let's write down the equation of a general circle. X minus a all squared plus y minus b all squared equals r squared. The center is AB, and the radius is r. So if I can take this equation and write it in that form, I'm done. And that's what we're going to do. Essentially, we complete the square. So I've got x, and then I've got plus 2x, so I need to halve that. I'll get x plus 1 all squared, and I need to minus 1 from it. Then I do similar with the y. I'm going to get y minus 2. I have that minus 4 all squared. That will give me y squared minus 4y. I then need to minus 4 to complete the square. I'm not going into lots of detail on that. And then just finally, I get minus 8, and that's going to equal 0. So I'm basically done. I can now write x plus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared. Minus 1 minus 4 is minus 5, minus 8 is minus 13, so I'm going to get 13 here. And I've got center minus 1, 2, because I take the negative, whatever's here, and radius square root of 13. Bit awkward, but there we go. Okay, the next part. The circle passes through the point minus 3k, where k is less than 0. Find the value of k. So what I need to do is let x equal minus 3. We could substitute it back into the first one, but assuming we're confident with our first answer, it's actually going to be the quickest thing to substitute it into this equation here. If I substitute it to here, I've got a quadratic to solve. If I substitute it to this one, I still have a quadratic to solve, but it's going to be in completed square form. You'll see in a second. So I'm going to get minus 3 plus 1, which is minus 2. I'm going to square it. I'm going to get 4 from this term here. 4 plus y minus 2 squared equals 13. Right, I'm not going to expand this bracket out for the reason that I'm essentially solving a quadratic by completing the square. This is going to be the quickest method. So I've minus 4 from both sides, and now I can take the square root of both sides, and I'm going to get plus or minus 3. I've taken the square root of 9, plus or minus. Add 2 to both sides, so y is going to equal, well, minus 3 plus 2 is going to be minus 1, and 3 plus 2 is going to be 5. However, I am told that k is less than 0, so k equals minus 1. And that's it. That is definitely the quickest way of doing this question. Of course, you might have tried substituting minus 3 into here. You can use a quadratic formula. It will factorize, but we've done the hard work already, so that is a good method. Finally, find the coordinates of the points where the circle meets the line with equation x plus y equals 6. Okay, this is going to be a simultaneous equation involving a quadratic. Now, what should we do? Should we substitute? Should we make x or y the subject? That's the first decision, and it doesn't really matter. I think I'll make y the subject, just because that's kind of what you tend to do. So y is going to equal 6 minus x. Second thing, do I substitute it into this original one or the one that I got here? Again, assuming I'm confident that I got it correct, I'm going to put it into here. I just think it's going to make life a little bit easier, but it's up to you in this case. It's probably a similar amount of effort, and you could argue a bit safer to put it into the first one. The fact is, though, that I got a nice answer. Like it worked out really well. So I'm feeling confident about my equation of a circle. Right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have to expand this back out, to be fair, but I'm gonna replace my y here by this thing here. Okay, because when they cross, when I'm because it asks me where they meet, both curves are going to have the same y coordinate. So if I set the y coordinates equal, essentially, that's what I'm doing. I can substitute in, replace y by 6 minus x, and my next line is going to be the following. Okay, there's still quite a lot to do. First thing is I'm going to simplify that bracket, so it's going to become 4 minus x. Right, and now it's just a case of expanding and solving a quadratic. I can't solve it as it is. So expand it out, x squared plus 2x plus 1 from that first bracket, plus 16 plus x squared minus 8x. Okay, you got to practice these double bracket expansions. Make sure you know in your mind you got it's x plus 1 times x plus 1, or 4 minus x times 4 minus x, and you're kind of doing crab claw method, cross multiplying in your head. That's what I've done anyway. You can obviously, you could show more working if you want, but this is what you should get, and that equals 13. Okay, let's simplify this. I've got x squared, that's going to give me 2x squared. I've got 2x minus 8x, that's going to give me minus 6x. I've got plus 1 plus 16, that's going to give me plus 17, equals 13. And then minus that 13 from both sides. This is starting to look a lot nicer. Divide through by 2. I'm expecting this to factorize. And it's going to, I can see it now, because I need two numbers that multiply to give 2, but add to give minus 3. The only possibility is x minus 2, x minus 1. So x1 equals, let's go with 1, the smaller one, x2 equals 2. And we need to substitute back in to work out what y is. Now, we don't want to substitute back into that circle equation, it's horrendous, but we've got the x plus y is equal to 6. So I just need to find another number that when I add it to 1, I get 6, it's going to be 5. And here it's going to be 4. And that's all it's been asked for, I think. Let me just check, find the coordinates. Maybe I will here. Like you don't necessarily need to, but I'm going to write it as a pair of coordinates just to finish it off. Okay, brilliant.